Each day is an opportunity. This is your moment. Dig hard and you will find the right answer. You are the only person with your exact blend of talents and skills. The secret of joy in work is contained in one word: excellence. Each day is an opportunity. This is your moment. Always be the first motivation. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on whatever time it is you are listening to me. My name is Ebo the Inspirationist, and this morning I want to inspire you. But before I inspire you, I want us to take a moment and thank God for His goodness, for His loving kindness, for His protection upon our lives. We bless His name evermore without end for His goodness. Well, today I want to talk to you about brand yourself. Brand yourself. Branding will simply be defined as differentiating yourself from another brand. Differentiating yourself from another brand. I have seen a lot of youth, and it puts much joy in me to see youth trying to do new things, trying to be creative, be innovative, putting things together, sort of doing one business, sort of trying to do another business, trying to do something, make sure that they are doing something at any point of their life. Well, that is a good thing to talk about this morning, doing business. And some start with these clothing lines, shopping online, anything. It could be in the form of a delivery service or anything. If you are not into any business idea or business you are offering, then I've just given you an example to also look at. It could be a development of an app, anything. It could be a social media list. It's once you'd want to do it. I've not forgotten the fact that people are also trying to get a good logo, a good tag name, a good slogan, a good mission, a good vision. They are all equally important. And this morning I want to take time and congratulate you, and in fact commemorate you for the good things you've started doing. But then there's something you need to get right. If you're still confused with what I'm talking about personal branding. Personal branding. Well, you need to differentiate yourself. Branding has to do with uniqueness. You need to bear in mind that before you even start producing anything, or before you start a business, that business might have been in existence or is in existence. So there's something you need to do to differentiate yourself from these people. It is, or this brand. It will be good on your side if what you are introducing into the world or the market is not in existence. But then you still have to do more work because it is not in the system, and you are trying to communicate it well to the people so that they can buy into your idea. Now we have business branding and we have personal branding. In as much as you would want to do any of the two, I still think you need to do the two simultaneously. So personal branding has to do with you yourself, branding yourself, differentiating yourself from other people. And company branding is your offering being different or offering the same product in a different way. So before you can offer your product in a different way, I believe without any shadow of doubt that you need to brand yourself. You need to project yourself with a different image, with a certain image that people would really associate with you. Once people are able to associate with you, they will associate with anything that comes in your name or that comes with your name. So the logos are very important, the slogans are very important, the business idea is very important, but you need to brand yourself. You need to brand yourself. You need to carry yourself in a different way. You need to carry yourself in a different way. You bear with me that even in our schools, when we're in school, or if you are still in school, we have people who have been known for what they do and who they are. It doesn't really matter if you are the quiet type, if you are the well-disciplined person. It also happens for the recalcitrant. But then the way they carry themselves will be different from that of how other people carry themselves. So let me take this example, for instance. So you can be recalcitrant, you can be a funny guy, you can be, all that's bad that people wouldn't like. But then you can differentiate yourself in a way that people would like you. It depends on how you time yourself, when to crack jokes, when to make fun of people, and how you carry yourself could make people respect you. There are people in our schools, in our communities, wherever we find ourselves, that are equally funny as other people, but then they are liked and the other person is hated, although they are all doing the same thing, because one does it, it's irritating, and the other person might have added a little branding, a little skills to differentiate him or herself from the other person. So you would be doing the same thing as another person is doing, but then you will be hated or liked for what you do as compared to the other person. So branding is simply differentiating yourself from other people, or differentiating your product from other brands. That is it, basically about that. And today we all need it, because there is a lot of concentration of products, of people in the world and in our community today. You would see that before Samsung will even want anyone to be their brand ambassador, they look at their influence, they look at their personality. They don't just, people don't just pick you up. No, people don't just hire you to do whatever they want you to do. They look at your personality, whether it's conform with their beliefs, their value, and their principles. So this morning, before you start that company, or before you want to, maybe you want to be a public speaker, maybe you want to have a certain name, maybe you want to be an influencer, but I'm saying to you this morning that you have to work on yourself. Work on yourself. Make sure you differentiate yourself from other people. So if you want to be an influencer, you look at the things that influencers do, what they do in common. Then you identify what they do not do. That can be a stronghold for you. That can be your strength. Then you master at it. That will be your differentiation. You make sure you be consistent with what you've identified that is not yet in the market. And that is it. And you are going to be sure of succeeding. You just have to communicate this personality, this branding very well, so that people will really associate with your brand. So what I'm doing, I have my name as Ebo the Inspirationist. Before I adapted this name, it was once the Inspirationist. So for me, I had this name as an inspiration, as a revelation in my dream. When I woke up, I had to rehearse this name. I had to write it down, try to learn how to pronounce the word before I was able to get it right. So later on, I believe when revelation comes, it should come with wisdom. So later on, I had to Google this name, and far beyond when I discovered the name, far beyond when I got this revelation, I sat down and decided to Google this name, and I realized there are two other people who use the same brand, one of which what she is doing is not in line with what I am doing now, and the other is in line. So I had to differentiate myself from these two people, so that if people want to Google me, if people want to search about me on the net, if people want to get to know me the more, or if people want to associate my product with me, whenever you mention my name, everything I do should be able to pop up. So I decided to add Ebo to my name. Ebo is not actually my name, but it's an abbreviated name. So Ebo the Inspirationist differentiates me from other people's brand, from other people's work, from what people project in the market. And that is how come I now have Ebo the Inspirationist as my name. And believe you me, it is working than before when I was using the same name as the two people. And I see myself progressing more than they are doing, because I add a little skill to what I am doing. And I believe that the future holds something good for me. So this morning, I am saying that it is good to have all the logos, the nice logos, the slogan, the tagline name, the what have you. It's good to start the business, the boutique business. It is good to be an entrepreneur, but you have to brand yourself. You have to carry yourself with some kind of uniqueness that everyone can associate with that uniqueness. You know, people buy because of how they feel about the product. So a common person will not go and buy a Rolex watch. No, those who buy Rolex watch associate themselves with the brand. They feel they are above the normal level. They feel they are of a higher class, of a different class. So therefore, they would want to associate with products or people of that caliber. So you would bear with me that even before Samsung will produce phone, there are people who might have made purchase before the production of the phone because they associate themselves with such a brand. They associate themselves with such a brand, and they wouldn't go for it at a later part when it is going to the decline stage or when it is in the maturity stage. But they tried to buy it even before the manufacturing of the product. So people would associate themselves with you just because you carry yourself differently, just because you give them a sense of importance, a sense of uniqueness. They believe that your product is the best and that they will always fight for you. They will always be a word of mouth for you. They will always spread your product or your personality. They will make sure someone gets to know of you. So this morning, I'm talking about branding. It could be personal branding. It could be a company branding. You still need to do a personal brand. You still need to work it out. You need to sit down. Maybe you need to also learn more about this branding I am talking about if today is your first time hearing it. And I know it will go a long way to push you up to wherever you want to get to. Thanks for listening to me. My name is Ebo the Inspirationist, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel as I always bring you more inspiring messages each week. Stay blessed and have a wonderful day.